It's been over 2 years now since I quit League of Legends. My life has changed drastically since that time. I've gotten jobs, I've met women, I've developed my social skills, I went to the gym, I changed my body significantly, I've improved my health mentally and physically. My life has changed for the better in many, many different ways. I've made music, I've started an online business, so a lot of things are on the horizon, striving towards the athletics that I've always wanted to do. I'm pushing higher and higher. So my relationship with League. So I'm gonna be very honest, I would never look at myself as someone who was like addicted to the game, but rather I was someone who kind of used that to kind of just fill in the time to find something productive to do because there's nothing else that I really look forward to doing. I wasn't really that interested in school. I didn't enjoy school or, doing anything else. Like for me, like the only thing I really cared about was like athletics, but it wasn't really being taken seriously back then. I wasn't like on a good team. And I didn't know how to like, go out of my way and pursue that. So, League was the closest thing in terms of something that I can really immerse myself into. League is a very immersive, competitive game. There's so many aspects to it. You can always better yourself. It's competitive. It's engaging. So League was it's almost like a perfect game in order to like replace that competitive, motivational kind of drive to better yourself and like progress in an area. So that was my relationship with League. So in League, I saw a lot of success because for me, I grew up very humble, very quiet. So those kind of people I found to succeed a lot in League of Legends because League of Legends is a game where there's so many different aspects that you can improve on. So if you're the kind of person who's very humble, who's always looking to improve themselves, even in situations where something happens and it's not your fault, or even in situations where something happens and it worked out, but you could still look at how you did it better. So I was that kind of person. So I was always bettering myself. I was always improving, and therefore I was able to become a higher and higher rank, even though I wasn't naturally skilled at the game. Whereas, a lot of other people, for example, a lot of my peers, they would always look at it as situations and it's like why it's not their fault, or they would look at situations and always blame others. So those kind of people tend to always get stuck at the same ranks. So that's another reason why League resonated really well with me. I was always somebody who can excel in that category. It was a way I can show off my intelligence, my skill, my ability, which was hard to do outside of League. There's not too many competitive aspects in which I really cared about that you can do that outside of League. Even in school, I would notice with grading assignments, teachers always showed bias towards other students compared to me. So, in League, there's no bias. It's the variance. It's just however good you are, that's the rank you get. However, because League is so immersive, it is so competitive, and it's so engaging, it fully absorbs you, and you can very easily give all of your passion, your motivation, your drive. You can very easily dedicate all of that into the video game. That becomes very dangerous because you no longer have these kind of feelings towards things in real life that actually matter, such as pursuing your purpose, pursuing your passions. Overall, I highly recommend for all of you to quit League of Legends. Unless, League of Legends is your one true purpose. You're going to be like the savior of NA. You're going to you want to be a professional player. That's the one thing you want to do in life. You're going to like bring us world titles or something. If that's not your true purpose, then you should stop playing immediately because League of Legends is a very immersive game. It's a very competitive game. And if you commit your competitive drive, if you commit, your intelligence, your brain power towards the game instead of towards something that actually matters in terms of, you commit all your effort into that game instead of, the gym, instead of, your business, instead of some purpose that you want to commit it to, something that actually matters to you, then once you do actually realize that you want to chase your purpose, you understand that League of Legends served nothing towards you, committing all of your time, your energy, your effort, your emotional intelligence, your brain power, your emotions into the game. You realize that it wasn't really worth anything because it's not what you wanted in life. It was just something that you did because it was easy to do. To load into League of Legends game, it takes 5 minutes, and now you're suddenly in a game where it's highly competitive, highly immersive. In order to pursue something like that in real life, it usually takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of dedication. But you got to realize that that's what makes these things worth it in the long run. So quit playing League of Legends and start pursuing something that actually gives you purpose, actually gives you meaning, something that you dreamed of as a kid, something that you really want to do, something you have a desire for. Think of your future. Another thing that helps is to think of your future. Don't think of something that, what you should be doing right now. If my parents say, don't play video games because you need to study, I didn't care about studying. So it was it wasn't really something that was motivating me to quit League of Legends. But when Hamza said, oh, you need to quit playing League of Legends because your future wife needs you to quit playing League of Legends, that's when it really resonated with me. I was like, oh yeah, 10 years down the line, If I'm just still playing these video games and I'm still in the position where I am right now, what's my life going to look like? How much worse is it going to be versus if I was to start changing my life right now and bettering myself right now? How much different could that be in 10 years from now? So you need to have these kind of ideas in mind. Like, think of the future, think of the long term. 10 years from now, how much better are you going to be because you quit League of Legends? Even just 5 years from now, how much better is your life going to be because you quit League of Legends? I can tell you right now, and you might not believe this, but the last 2 years of my life have been far more immersive, far more engaging, far more interactive than the 7 or 8 years before that when I was playing League. I can't even tell you what I was doing when I was playing League. The most significant thing I did was like get Master Tier. Okay, great. But in real life, like, there's nothing too significant that I did. Versus the last 2 years, I listed so many different things that started the video that I did, And now it's like I moved out of home. Now it's like every month is more significant than the 7 years of playing League. So, start to make the change to your life and start to snowball your life down the path that you want to go toward. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope to give you some insight. Please share your story down below in the comments. Give this video a like if it helps you. Share this video to a friend who you feel like needs to quit League of Legends. With that being said, I'll see you next time.
Put a fake chain back down, they don't know. Lock man down, man can't go home. Outside pulling the man's on the east side, pulling up deep, pulling up to the show. I'm busting out rhyme till I'm what I say. Come outside, pull up on a day. Young boy, little man, too small, can't fit, way too low.